Hey there and welcome back to Best Practice TV. In this episode we're discussing how to integrate your management system and what some of the common elements are across all the management system standards and how you can get some efficiencies out of your business. Stay tuned. When we look at the management system standards and we're talking about integrated management systems, we get lots and lots of questions. Can we have an integrated checklist? How do we put our management systems together? How can we get certified for an integrated management system? Can we save money? So if some of those things sound familiar for you and they're a problem for you, then we've got some solutions for you. So I'm here to help you and we'll go through and maybe just quickly talk about it. So when we look at any management system, there's some common elements. The first thing that the management system standards obviously talk about from a common perspective is they all talk about management review. So you'd integrate that. That'd be the first thing that you'd maybe have an agenda where you're talking about your quality issues, your safety issues, your environment issues, data security, food safety, depending on the different flavour of management system or risks that you've got. So management review can be fed by things like internal audits. So we'd be integrating our internal audit program. So planning your internal audits and looking at the different risk areas across the business through a set period of time, maybe typically a year. So breaking your business into parts and looking progressively and strategically at the business through a whole year. That'd be integrating your audit program. Now there's obviously in some of the older standards and some of you out there with older management systems, you're going to have a whole bunch of documented procedures, and obviously document control and records management would have been something that would have been common across all the elements. So there's sort of no point in having, maybe green procedures for environment, yellow procedures for safety and red procedures for customer satisfaction or quality. It's about integrating and having just one set of rules in terms of how you manage all your documents and systems and processes. Now records management, obviously how organised is your filing cabinet. Now as businesses move things into the cloud, you're just going to have one common approach. So there's been the opportunity to integrate records management as it has been with document control for a very long period of time. So I hope you're making some achievement there in that space. Now one of the other elements that people challenge us on or ask us questions or get challenged by is this concept of non-conforming product or service in the ISO 9001 quality standard, or emergency management in the environment and safety and or data security standards. So when we look at that, let's just look at non-conformance or issues or things that have gone wrong and integrate that together. So how are we going to do an investigation? How are we going to do a root cause analysis? And then how are we going to look at corrective actions? So fix the problem that's occurred, but maybe also what's really important and what gets missed is how we're going to prevent that happening in the future. And that's when we start to talk about something like corrective and preventative action. So with corrective and preventative action, there are obviously two elements of integration that you can do, and that's obviously correcting problems, but also preventing risks actually happening, and that's that corrective and preventative action aspect. A part of the system that's difficult to integrate is obviously your policy. So you wouldn't have an integrated management system policy because it wouldn't make sense to too many people. So keeping things like a quality policy, an environment policy, sustainability policy, safety policy, data security policy, keeping those things separate, I think that's really important because there will be different stakeholders out there around your organisation that need to hear those messages, and I think it's really important to keep those messages very clear and concise on a specific topic, but then let that drop down into the rest of your organisation. Another opportunity when you're integrating your management system is to look at your management plan or your business plan, and that is to start to look at a very high level, what are all of the risks across our business, the things that we could do wrong in all areas of the business, and then how can we start to analyse those? How often can they happen? How frequent can they happen? What's the collateral damage that can occur? What are the consequences? And then when we're starting to talk about how often and the consequences, we can start to control that and think about how we're going to solve this problem. Now controls used to be things like policies and procedures, but now we can manage our business using software, applications, we can have more people, we can have widgets, we can have robots, equipment, all those sorts of things. We can outsource some of those services. So when we're looking at controlling risks, we're looking at knowledge, and we're looking at skills, competency and experience of our people, and then how much detail we're going to give them in the form of a policy or procedure, or because they're very skilled and experienced, we're going to just let them run autonomously. So I hope that's been great guidance for you. We've got a ton more of this stuff coming. So this has been an opportunity for me to be maybe a little bit more detailed with you about integrating management systems. I hope it's answered some of your questions that have come into us. Don't forget to have a look at our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So I'm going to see you next time. Keep improving every day. See you soon.